I feel like we're living in a very toxic world. And I'm not talking about the physical environment. I'm talking about sort of our social, cultural, political environment, climate. It seems very unhealthy, unhelpful, volatile, reactive. Lots of poison being tossed about. And as I was thinking about this, I saw a remark from Pope Francis that he's actually made before, and others have made, and I think all of us maybe think this. This is what he was saying. He was urging the media outlets to end their focus on bad news and scandal. He said he wanted the media to work on constructive forms of communication. And he said, I am convinced that we have to break the vicious circle of anxiety and stem the spiral of fear resulting from a constant focus on bad news. And I think we're all aware of that environment. And today we hear about people coming out to hear Jesus. He sees the crowds coming out. And in my imagination, I wonder, well, why are they coming out? And isn't it because there's something good happening? There's something beautiful happening. They're healing people. So there's this movement that's healing. And there's words that are being spoken that are refreshing and inspiring and engaging in ways that are positive and life-enhancing. And so people are coming out. It's like they want a breath of some good air. Because they're coming out, as we do here today, coming out of a world that is full of troubles and intrigues and contentions. They're coming out of a world that has all our own personal challenges and difficulties. And they're just coming out for good news. And as we come out today and listen to Jesus talking, he starts the Sermon on the Mount. And I have a favorite teacher who has written a commentary about Matthew's Gospel, and I went and looked at what he said about the Sermon on the Mount as it begins, and I really like what he said. Jesus wants to incorporate these people into his healing ministry and ethic. So all these people are coming out. And it's not just his 12. This is to be disseminated, this fresh, life-giving air. He wants to incorporate, draw in people into this healing. And he goes on to say, Jesus apparently believes that when people believe, obey, and teach his sermon, you see, when people are opening their hearts to it and letting these words engage them, work in them, change in them, take life in them, they become a sick world's antibodies, an antidote. I love that image of Jesus creating this giant flu vaccine to launch into the world and its people, right? And as people come out, it's not the movers and shakers. It's not the people who know how to get things done and have it all under control. It's not the people with political power or wealth necessarily coming out. It's very humble people. I mean, there were some ringers sent out to watch him closely on behalf of power, look if they could find something to catch him up on, trap him. Yes, that's always there among human beings, isn't it? But the crowds coming out, they're people who Jesus speaks to. He says, "Blessed are you, you poor in spirit, you who are meek, you who are hungering and thirsting to see right, you who are mourning," because they're able to come and absorb. They're not full of themselves. They don't have the answers. They're coming to be blessed. And blessed are you who come to really be blessed, who come to receive, who come to open yourself to good news. And so, as we come out of our world, and in our environment, in our culture, in our society, in our politics, we're coming here today to present ourselves humbly. Lord, teach. We're coming here to hear a word that has life in it. Coming here to breathe. And the problem is you can't just take a deep breath on Sunday and hold it for 7 more days. And we're immersed out there in toxicity. So we need a plan. We need a decision. We need to understand how we're going to have less media. I assure you, you won't be able to hide from it. You won't be an ostrich burying the head in the sand. You'll know. But less of this incessant negative news. More of Jesus Christ. More of His Word. More of His way. Each day, we need to breathe. We need to be inoculated, strengthened, encouraged by Christ, our teacher, our Lord, our Savior, to humbly come as those crowds came, without our agendas, without us having answers. Just come, listen, receive, let Him in, breathe this way. Because Jesus wants to do something. I don't expect the media to change because Pope Francis suggested that they need to change. I don't expect that our political climate is going to change in my lifetime, frankly. That's not where it's going to be. Those people are invested in other agendas. Jesus is looking for people who will become invested in Him, in who He is, in His way. Jesus wants to send you as an antibody into your community, back into your life. Jesus wants us to be His presence. Salt, light. So, as we go into our week, I hope you'll start making a plan, very specific ways to less media, more Jesus. We're in the Sermon on the Mount here on Sunday mornings. It's Matthew 5, 6, and 7. I invite you to just start reading that, just 10 verses a day. Absorb it. And then maybe we can really begin to enter into what the prophet Micah said. This is what the Lord requires: that you do justice, that you do the things God asks, that you love kindness. Actually, the word is that you have loving kindness, and that you walk humbly with your God. Let's walk humbly this week. Amen.